What if I told you one of the world's richest children flies economy under a fake name? No private jet, no VIP lounge, just a 73 pounds ticket and a window seat like everyone else. It sounds unbelievable, but it's true. Today, we're uncovering the surprising life of Princess Charlotte, a young royal surrounded by extraordinary wealth, yet raised to live in surprisingly ordinary ways. From flying on budget airlines to the hidden billions behind the British monarchy, you'll discover why the truth is far more fascinating than the headlines. Let's get started. Princess Charlotte is often called the richest kid in the world, but that's not entirely true. She doesn't personally own billions, control investments, or manage royal finances. Instead, she benefits from being part of one of the world's most powerful financial institutions, the British monarchy. Her father, Prince William, oversees the Duchy of Cornwall, which generates nearly £23 million annually to support official duties and family life. Her grandfather, King Charles III, receives income from the Duchy of Lancaster, while the Crown Estate contributes hundreds of millions through land, real estate, and offshore wind projects. Together, these assets help fund the royal family's lifestyle. Despite having access to palaces like Adelaide Cottage, Kensington Palace, and Anmer Hall, Charlotte's parents are determined to give her as normal a childhood as possible. In 2019, she flew on a budget Flybe flight from Norwich to Aberdeen with her family. The ticket cost around £73, and they sat with regular passengers, no private terminal, no luxury treatment. Even more surprising, members of the royal family often travel under fake names to avoid attention. Prince George has reportedly flown under the name Baby Jones, allowing the family to move quietly without attracting unnecessary publicity. This isn't because they can't afford private jets. They certainly can. It's about showing responsibility, avoiding criticism over public spending, and helping their children experience everyday life. Of course, when security demands it, everything changes. For official overseas trips, the royals travel aboard secure RAF aircraft, including the Airbus Voyager, complete with private cabins and advanced communications. Armored vehicles, helicopters, and highly trained protection officers are all part of Charlotte's daily life. She attends Lambrook School under the name Charlotte Wales, blending in with classmates while remaining under constant security surveillance. One of the monarchy's most interesting traditions is that direct heirs are generally discouraged from flying together. The reason is simple: protecting the line of succession. As Prince George grows older, this rule is expected to become even more important. Despite the wealth, security, and royal protocols, Charlotte is still just a child who enjoys school, spending time with her siblings, and everyday activities. The biggest misconception, however, is that she's personally a billionaire. The enormous figures often associated with her name represent the value of the royal institution she belongs to, not money she actually owns. She doesn't receive billions in her bank account or control royal assets. What she truly has is access to an extraordinary level of privilege, protection, and opportunity. At the same time, the monarchy itself faces increasing public scrutiny over its costs, transparency, and relevance in modern Britain. Charlotte's carefully managed public image, including flying economy and living as normally as possible, reflects a royal family working hard to balance centuries-old tradition with modern expectations. The royal wardrobe worth more than most cars. Although Princess Charlotte is raised to live as normally as possible, there's no escaping the fact that she belongs to one of the most recognizable families on Earth. Every outfit she wears quickly becomes global news. Dresses that cost just a few dozen pounds often sell out within hours, a phenomenon known as the Charlotte effect. Parents around the world rush to buy identical clothing for their children, turning small fashion brands into overnight success stories. Ironically, Charlotte herself has little say in any of it. Her wardrobe is carefully selected to reflect tradition, elegance, and the image of the royal family. While many children influence fashion through social media, Charlotte does it simply by being photographed. A future worth billions, but not yet. One day, Princess Charlotte could inherit valuable jewelry, historic family heirlooms, and significant royal assets passed down through generations. However, none of that belongs to her today. Unlike celebrity children who may inherit private companies or large fortunes, much of the royal family's wealth is tied to the crown and cannot simply be bought or sold. Palaces, castles, Priceless artwork and centuries-old treasures are preserved for future monarchs rather than individual family members. This means Charlotte's greatest inheritance may not be money at all. It could be the responsibility of representing one of the world's oldest and most influential institutions. The life the public never sees. For every public appearance captured by cameras, there are hundreds of private moments the world never gets to witness. Charlotte's daily routine includes school, homework, family dinners, outdoor activities, and spending time with her brothers, Prince George and Prince Louis. Her parents have worked hard to keep cameras away from these personal moments, allowing their children to enjoy a childhood that feels as ordinary as possible. Yet, behind every outing is an invisible team of security officers, planners, and royal staff, making sure everything runs smoothly. Every route is checked, every location assessed, and every public appearance carefully organized long before Charlotte arrives. It's a life that combines remarkable privilege with extraordinary responsibility, a balance few people could ever truly understand. The childhood that could shape a future queen. Perhaps the most fascinating part of Princess Charlotte's story isn't the wealth, the palaces, or even the security, it's the preparation. From a very young age, Charlotte has been quietly introduced to royal traditions, public etiquette, and the responsibilities that come with representing the crown. Every public appearance, every handshake, and every official event becomes part of an education that no school in the world can teach. Experts have often praised her confidence during royal engagements, noting how comfortably she interacts with crowds despite being only a child. Those moments may seem effortless, but they reflect years of careful guidance from her parents and the royal household. No one knows exactly what role Charlotte will play decades from now. The future of the monarchy will depend on changing public opinion, political landscapes, and the next generation of royals. But one thing is certain, whether she becomes one of the monarchy's strongest ambassadors or chooses a quieter path, the world will be watching every step she takes. So, the next time you're boarding a flight, don't be surprised if someone extraordinary is sitting just a few seats away. Sometimes, the people with access to the greatest wealth are the ones trying the hardest not to stand out. If you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look into the hidden world of the British royal family, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the lifestyles of the world's most fascinating people. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.